Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Niamh and this is Beautiful by Niamh Kennedy. For those of you who don't know me or who haven't been here before, my name is Niamh and I'm a makeup artist from Tipperary. So this is my very first YouTube tutorial. This is the look that I'm going to be creating today in this video. It's a burnt orange smoky look, winged out to the side, perfect for events or going out, and orange suits almost every eye colour. If you want to see how I created this look, keep on watching. So here I am. This is my skin with absolutely no product on it. I literally just cleansed my skin, no moisturiser, no primer, no nothing. And I went ahead and did one eye off camera before starting this video, just so you can kind of see what we are working towards. So here I am, very orange, very warm, fab and smoky. And as you can see, I have absolutely no eyebrows, so I'm going to go ahead and fill my eyebrows in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Blonde. And for this, I just use a small angled brush. This is a Penneys brush in the style 242. It's a great dupe for the Inglot 31T brushes. I find them really good for eyebrows. I have loads of them. They're like 150. So what I do then is I mix a little bit of the dip brow with Inglot's Duraline, because mine is absolutely dried out, and this just makes it more liquidy and more fluidy. And I pick up a small little bit and start by drawing a line underneath my eyebrows and then pushing the product upwards. So one of my eyebrows is very highly arched and the other one isn't. So I try to fake an arch by drawing a line on top of my brows also, and then just distributing the product throughout my brows. I then go in with just any flat brush and another little drop of Duraline just to clean up under my brows and correct any mistakes. And then I'm going in with the Essence Make Me Brow. This is a slightly tinted brow gel. It's cheap as chips, things like €3 in any of your local chemists or pharmacies. And I start by pushing the hairs up using the product. This is great for adding texture to brows and adding the effect of fullness and thickness in an eyebrow, which I clearly do not have. So as you can see at the minute, my eyebrows look slightly different because obviously the brow that I did off camera has already set by now, and the other one is still very wet looking. But when the product dries on my right eye, they'll both look identical. So now I'm going in with a flat concealer brush and a little bit of MAC Select Cover Up Concealer in the shade NW20. And I'm starting by carving out my brows. So literally just drawing a line under my eyebrows and pulling the product down over my eyelid to act as a base. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the product just above my brows, just to carve them out and to make it easier when I'm blending in my foundation. So this concealer is really tacky. It's quite thick in consistency, so I would never set this concealer. I would just put it all over my eyelid and then using a patting motion to press it into the skin and to set it. I like to leave my eye base very tacky because I think it picks up the eyeshadows a little bit better and really intensifies the shadows. I'm just going in then with my concealer brush and just buffing that in and patting it again just to make sure that the concealer is completely set. And then you can go back in with your eyebrow brush if you've made any mistakes. So there's a few areas that I slightly went over with my concealer by an accident, but it's very easy to touch up. It's only makeup. Mistakes happen. You can simply just wipe it off and do it again. So now onto my eyes, I'm using my favourite eyeshadow palette. This is the Morphe 35O. Look at all them oranges and warm tones. It is just life in 35 eyeshadows. So I'm taking one of the lightest orange eyeshadows on an Inglot 6SS brush. It's the second one down on the very last row. And I am just going to start buffing this just slightly above my crease. I don't have an awful lot of eye space, so I like to fake it with my eyeshadows. Normally by doing that, I bring my eyeshadows up quite high and then I cut my crease a little bit higher than my natural eye shape. And I'm really winging this eyeshadow out to the side. Now for the next maybe 5 minutes or so, it's going to look absolutely horrendous and absolutely insane because I'm bringing the eyeshadows down so far. but trust me, there's method behind my madness. So now I'm going in with my second colour on just a fluffy blending brush. This is a Penneys brush as well. The number has actually wiped off it, so I'm not sure. But basically it comes in a pack of two. There's a black brush very similar to the 6SS from Inglot, and then the white brush. So I'm using the white brush for this look. And I'm just concentrating this colour on the outer corner of my eye, and again winging it down to the very outer side of my face, just so we don't lose colour or intensity when we clean up and wing it out later on. So what I'm going to do when I have all the colours built up on my eye and I have reached the intensity that I want, I'm going to clean it up and really wing the look out to the side. Now this look can be achieved using sellotape or any type of tape on the face, but I don't like to use that because I feel like it drags on my skin a little bit. And now I'm going back in with my 6SS with no additional product and just blending that back in. This is the real key to not losing any of the eye colours, considering they're all various shades of orange. To make sure that they all don't blend in looking like the one, you just keep going back in with your previous brush and just buffing out any harsh lines to really distinguish between the two eyeshadows. And now I'm going in with a mix of these two warm brown eyeshadows on a smaller blending brush. This brush is actually a brush I got with the LA College of Creative Arts makeup kits, so there's no numbers on any of these brushes. But basically I'm just picking up these two warm brown eyeshadows and concentrating them on the outer corner of my eye, using circular motions just to build up intensity and colour, and then dragging it slightly across the crease of my eye, again beneath the light orange shadow and the darker orange shadow that we used previously. And again, going back in with my Inglot 6SS just to blend out any harsh lines and to make sure that everything is seamless and blended together. And now I'm taking my Inglot Flexi palette and I'm going to be using this dark brown shade. It's an Inglot eyeshadow and it's in the shade 302. I'm taking that on a slightly smaller blending brush. Again, this is from the LA College of Creative Arts makeup kit, so I don't actually have a number on it, and I'm just packing this into the outer corner and slightly into my crease. And then back in with my Inglot 6SS just to blend all of that out and make sure everything is nice and blended. This is definitely an eye look that does not come together until the very last step. And now I'm just taking a clean blending brush. This is a clean version of the white brush that we used the second orange shadow on. It's from Penneys, and I'm just slightly buffing over the very edges of my eyeshadow. And next I'm going in with a matte black eyeshadow from Inglot, which is number 63, and a small rounded smudger brush, and I'm just packing this into the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going back in then with that dark brown shade just to blend the outer corners of where I applied my black, to make sure that I don't have any harsh lines, and then taking it slightly across my eye and into the crease. And again with my 6SS just to get rid of any harsh lines. And now it's time to cut the crease. So I'm going back in with the same flat concealer brush that we used to prep the eye, and the same concealer, which is MAC Select Cover Up in the shade NW20, and I am applying this straight across my lid. So I'm cutting my lid a little bit higher than my natural crease, just so when my eyes are open you'll be able to see all of the hard work and all the eyeshadows and blending that went on. So here I'm just focusing on getting the perfect and smooth shape of a crease, and then just dragging it across my eyelid. And then I'm going in with slight little patting motions just to set the concealer slightly. And now I'll use my ring finger to blend out any harsh edges and to blend the concealer into the brown eyeshadows that we used. And now I'm taking my Inglot pigment. I love this pigment so much. It's in the shade 63. It's a burnt orange pigment. And I'm taking on a flat silicone brush from Penneys. This is 266. It's a flat silicone brush, and I'm just packing on the pigment over the concealer. As I said before, the concealer has a really tacky and sticky consistency, so I don't need to apply any glue or any adhesive to stick the pigment onto. And then just pat, pat, pat all into place. Please excuse the fallout. Obviously some of the pigment isn't going to stick to the face, but we'll be cleaning that up later when we wing out our eye. And for the moment of truth, just apply a little bit of a cleanser onto a cotton pad, and then start from very underneath your eye and just look straight ahead, and you can begin winging out your eyeshadow to create a perfect faux wing, like so. So just drag your cotton pad out to the outer corner. Now I'm going to take a little drop of Duraline on a flat brush and just clean up under my faux wing to create a sharp and precise line. So we're going back in with 302 eyeshadow from Inglot on a fluffy blending brush and just blending the eyeshadow into the pigment. And again going back in with 63 eyeshadow, a matte black shadow on the small smudger brush, and just slightly adding definition into the outer corner and slightly into the crease. And now I am going in with my blank canvas E42 brush. It's a smaller, kind of more detailed blending brush, and it's great for adding really dark colours into the crease of a dramatic eye look. And now I'm going in with my Inglot 31T brush. This is an angle brush and it's perfect for gel eyeliners. I'm applying my Inglot 77 gel eyeliner with a little drop of Duraline. I'm starting in the very inner corner using the very tip of the brush, and then just dragging the product across my eye. So when applying my eyeliner, I use small, soft strokes across the eye instead of just doing one big line. This way you're less likely to make mistakes or apply it kind of bumpy or out of line, and it just prevents you having to keep going back in and making it thicker and trying to fix it. And now I'm just setting it with the same matte black eyeshadow and just a small little detailing brush. And going back in then with my smudger brush and just smoking out the lash line ever so slightly and blending it into the black eyeshadow that's already in the outer corner of my eye. And now I'm going in with my mascara. This is the L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Mascara. And I'm just going to coat my eyelashes with this. And now my favourite lashes, my Buff and Blend Bad Attitudes. I'm just going to coat the band with some duo glue. I'm going to add some eyeliner to my waterline. This is just a black kohl pencil from Soap and Glory. The Buff and Blend eyelashes are actually on clearance at the minute, so they're reduced to £5.99, I think, from, I don't know whether they're €10 or €15, but as far as I know there's still some left and they're still on sale, so you should definitely pick up a few. I have like 17. And I'm just setting that eyeliner with a little bit of black eyeshadow and just smoking out my lash line ever so slightly. And now I'm going in with the second orange shade that we used, just smoking out beneath my eye. Normally I apply concealer. I clearly missed this step when I was recording my video. And now I'm going to highlight my brow bone and inner corner of my eye. And to do so, I'm going to use shade 395 from Inglot. Oh, look at that. On a small lip brush, and just highlight the inner corner of my eye and slightly beneath my eyebrow. And now it's time to go to my lashes, so I picked them up on a tweezer. I've left them for a few minutes just to dry and get a little bit tacky. So I'm starting off in the very centre of my eye, and then I go in to the outer corner, and then on the inner corner. My camera shut off shortly after this, so there's going to be a little bit of a jump in the frame. There we go. So we are back up and running. I have the two eyelashes applied, and now it's time to move on to my face. So to prime my face, I'm using the MAC Fix Plus spray. It's all over my face, and I'll give it a couple of seconds to dry, and then pat in any product that's left sitting on the skin. And on top of that then, I'm going in with my MAC Strobe Cream, and just applying a pea size amount to the high points of my face. And then I'm just blending it in. I like to use my hands for this because the warmth of my hand kind of melts the product a little bit and makes the blending process so much easier. And now I am going in with my foundation. So today I'm using the Illamasqua Skin Base Foundation, and I'm actually mixing two shades as I have a little bit of tan on, and one shade is too light and the other shade is too dark. So the shades that I'm using today are 8.5 and 12. And I'm just going in with a dense flat foundation brush. This is from a set from Penneys, and applying the foundation, just applying one light layer of the foundation, and I'll build it up from there. And I'm just adding a little bit of 12 on top just to deepen up the colour a little bit. And now using a technique that I learned from P. Louise, I'm picking up my large blush brush from Real Techniques, and I am pressing the foundation into my face. So I'm using patting motions to set the foundation. I don't like to use powder, so this technique really works for me. Just picking up a little bit more product just for a little bit more coverage, and just pressing it all over the skin. this patting motion really gives a seamless and flawless look to any foundation. And I'm going in with my concealer. This is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in 05. And I'm just applying that under my eyes and down the centre of my face, a little bit on my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow and my chin. And then I'm just going in with a fluffy concealer brush. I think this is actually from Penneys as well. I'm just buffing underneath my eyes. Buffing down along my nose, up into my forehead, my chin, and now going back in with my foundation brush and just blending that all in to make sure that there's no harsh lines where my concealer meets my foundation. So now I'm going to set underneath my eyes. This is probably one of the few places on my face that I do set, and for that I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent powder on a Real Techniques concealer brush. So I just set underneath my eyes and down the sides of my nose. It's so lightweight and I find that it really covers up the dark circles under my eyes, which I've so much hassle trying to cover up. So I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the shade medium, and I'm going to set the other places that I've applied concealer. And now I'm going in with my Peaches and Creams bronzer on a small little domed brush. This bronzer is in the shade light medium, and I'm just using this to warm up my skin. This is a very warm bronzer, so I would never really use it for contouring on its own, normally just to warm up the skin. So just in the hollows of my cheeks, I'm blending up onto top of my cheekbones, and then warm up my forehead and under my jaw. And then to add some definition, I'm going in with my Inglass Sculpting Powder 507 just into the very hollows of my cheeks to contour. And now to highlight, I'm using my MAC Soft and Gentle on an Inglot 4SS brush, and I am just pressing that into the skin. I find that this highlighting product has a lot of loose glitter in it, so using a technique that I've learned from Michelle Fox, I am just slightly pressing the powder onto my cheekbones until all the loose glitter has kind of been pressed into my face, and then just buffing it in. So I like to highlight my cheekbones, the very tip of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And because I am a little bit of a glow ho, I am going back in with my small little lip brush and picking up some of my Soft and Gentle highlighter and applying it to my inner corners and underneath my eyebrows. Now for the lips, I am using a MAC lip liner in the shade Half Red, and I'm going for a little bit of an ombre look here, so I'm going to slightly overdraw my lips, and then I'm going to go in with my MAC Honey Love lipstick to fill in the rest of my lip. Go on, Kylie Jenner. So now going in with my Honey Love lipstick from MAC. This is a matte finish lipstick, and I think it's the perfect nude colour. Even though it's matte, it's not too drying on the lips, which I really enjoy. And now to finish off the lip, I am going in with my favourite, my Luna by Lisa lip glosses, and the lip gloss that I'm going to use today is Amber. So this is the kind of brown toned lip gloss in the kit, and I always use these on my clients, so I would never use the applicator that comes with the lip gloss. So I've just decanted a little bit of the lip gloss onto the back of my hand and going in with the Real Techniques lip brush and applying it all over my lips. Of course, forgot my blush. So I am using a matte blusher from Essence. I love this blush. I don't like a blush that's really pink, so this is Peach Me Up. It's a gorgeous pinky peach shade, and I'm taking it just on an angled fluffy brush and applying it to the apples of my cheek and blending it into my contour. Yes, you're fabulous. So that is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I know I did. I had great crack making it anyway, so I am so looking forward to making my next one. If there's anything in particular that you would like to see, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section below. I would love to hear some of your suggestions and definitely some feedback if you have any. I will leave all the products and brushes used in the description box below, and feel free to follow me on all of my other social medias. I'll leave all the details underneath the video anyway. So that is all for me for now, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Thank you. Please come again. You can't turn it off.